What is up, everybody? What is going on? It is 11:10 a.m. It's Friday. It's March 8th, 2019, and I am enjoying some Fuji apple. It is pretty good. I'm not going to bite it right now because obviously crunching on a Fuji apple while you're doing the show, not exactly what people like to hear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I got to tell you, today, kind of lackluster in the news department. I was looking around for news stories, didn't really find a whole heck of a lot. And, you know, I'm not going to say this is going to be a shorter show, guys, because it never is. It's never a shorter show. It just gets longer and longer and longer. It's just a matter of whether we have interesting things to talk about or not. But I will yap. That's my job, you know, gift of gab and all. Okay, so what's going on today? So we are up to episode 119 of the show. And the trailer that we're looking at right here, this is Star Child by Playful, developers of Lucky's Tale. And we haven't heard anything about Star Child in a long time. We heard that the game was almost canceled. And then, of course, Playful's CEO, he jumped on Twitter and was like, nah, this game ain't canceled. What are you talking about? Star Child is still very much in development. We believe it may arrive summer of 2019. I'm personally looking forward to this game in a major way. I know there's some people that are like, oh my God, really? A platformer, like kind of like a Metroidvania type of game, you know, kind of reminds some people of like Witchblood and stuff like that, because you're basically on a track and you're just moving your character along and you're just kind of jumping up and down and stuff. But I don't know. I think it looks really cool. I'm very excited for Star Child. And so hopefully we'll find out some more information about Star Child in the not too distant future. But let's go ahead and get into the primary news stories of the day. And what is the primary news story of the day? That's actually a pretty good question. I think we're going to go ahead and bounce over to the Oculus Rift subreddit. We're going to bounce over to the Oculus Rift subreddit. And I got to say, our boy Gaben hath spoken. Or has he? Or has he? I think that's really the question here. Because Gaben is normally a pretty quiet, reserved individual. You don't really hear Gaben popping off, opening his pie hole every other day. It is very rare that we hear anything from Gaben, quite honestly. And now all of a sudden we get a flurry of emails and tweets and all this stuff coming out from Gaben. I don't know. Has any of this been verified? I don't know that any of it has. I'm not seeing Road to VR report on this. I'm not seeing Upload VR report on this. I'm not really seeing anybody report on these comments that are supposedly from Gabe Newell. But, you know, here we are. This is Speculation Central, folks. And what do we do better than anything else? We speculate. That's what we do. So let's go ahead and check this out. So basically we have this little thing here that says, it was 13 people. It was a people thing, not a hardware thing. Okay, this is supposedly an email from Gabe Newell. So if I click on this, you can see that whoever sent him this email, they went ahead and scratched their name out of there. Although I believe when this first hit, they didn't do that. So people could have known who this was, but they have since removed their name off there. And it says, hello, Mr. Newell. There's a rumor circulating Reddit as of late that approximately half of the Valve hardware team has been laid off. Is there any truth to this? And Gabe Newell supposedly responds, and he says, it was 13 people. It was a people thing, not a hardware thing. Do you guys really believe this? Do you guys really believe this? I don't know. I really don't know. And then we go ahead and let's just look at some of the comments. And everybody here is kind of just assuming, okay, well, this guy says, and you never see those emails officially confirmed. It's Reddit shenanigans. Okay, that is Dies Cat, the Polynomial 2 developer. And this guy says, I agree with your skepticism, but just email him. he really does answer emails. And it is true that Gabe Newell will actually answer people's emails at some time. But I gotta say that, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit abnormal here that there's a flurry. All of a sudden, there's a flurry of activity from Gabe Newell saying that, no, everything is fine, don't worry about it. I don't know, it seems a little bit sketch-tacular if you ask me. Okay, so we scroll down here and we get to this part here. The 3 VR games have not been canceled. Gaben. Okay, so this is Twitter, right? So this has to be legit, right? This has to be legit. And we see big news, boys. Okay, Jim Robert, phantomunboxing@gmail.com. So I guess this is another email then. So here's another email. This actually is not a tweet. My mistake here. And he says, hello, Mr. Newell. There have been rumors that some of the VR games have been shelved. Is there any truth behind this? Nope. Okay, now that kind of response, that is actually a Gaben kind of response. The absolute bare minimum in terms of information coming back, nope. Just nope. That's all there is to it. This might actually be an email from Gabe Newell. I can actually possibly believe this. But I don't know. I'm kind of sketch about a lot of these comments that are coming out. Okay, email from Gabe Newell on hardware. Now, is this a different one? Let's go ahead and click on this one and see what this one. Okay, so yeah, here's another one. Okay, so Gabe has been very, very busy with his email server. He has been very, very busy. Like, he is the CEO of a major corporation. He's worth $1 billion or more, right? And what does he do all day long? He answers emails. That's what he does. Okay, so here's another email that came to him. Hello, Gaben. Recent news about Valve and VR has gotten me distressed. Is Valve working on VR still? Thanks. And Gabe's response, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, okay? I don't know. Do you guys buy into this? Do you guys really believe that this is actually Gaben that is responding? Like, is this what Gaben does with most of his days? Just responds to emails and stuff? So basically, I have two thoughts on this matter. Either Gaben is actually very interested in VR and he can't help but comment on this stuff, or these emails are as bogus as it gets and they are totally fake. And once again, it could be another wag the dog type of thing. And here's what I'm trying to explain with wag the dog, because I don't know that people understood what I meant yesterday with wag the dog. Okay, so what this could be is there could be people out there that are hopeful that all of this is fake and fraudulent, and they're hopeful that everything is good. And so what they do is they create a fake response from Gaben, multiple fake responses, in fact, and they litter them out there with the idea that the real Gaben, will the real Gaben stand up, with the idea that the real Gaben is going to see this stuff and he won't be able to help himself. He'll have to respond because he sees these fake reports that are being attributed to him, and he has to respond. So that is called the wag the dog scenario. And that could be a possibility. In fact, that could be how this whole rumor began in the first damn place. Maybe this whole rumor, like this whole people have been fired, sending people to Hawaii, they're going to get the Jerry treatment. Maybe all of this was completely faked with the idea that it is going to spur an actual legitimate response from Valve. See, some people get so irritated that they can't find out the real truth that they create a false narrative, okay? They create a false flag, if you will, okay? They create a false flag event, and they think it's going to cause the real people involved to be like, well, the hell with this. I'm going to respond to this because this is fake and I'm going to respond to it. That could be a possibility. Yeah, this is our lead news story today, guys. This is our lead news story me speculating on whether these emails are fake. That is our lead news. So you got to know it is a pretty slow day if this is our lead news. Okay, let's go ahead and see what some people are talking about in Main Fan says, nothing has changed, still no VR. Yeah, I mean, even if it was a real email, nothing has changed. What does that tell? That doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't tell us anything. I almost think, though, that the response where he just says, nope, I almost think that is real. I actually think that one is real because it's 4 letters. And that's kind of the way Gabe does things a little bit. Paradise Decay says, I expected a thumbnail today of Anthony sporting a sports bra. So disappointed, brah. Yeah, you know, I thought about that. And I want to actually do a Let's Play for Audica. But I was playing the game yesterday, and I was like, how do I do a Let's Play for this? Because how am I going to talk when I'm so involved? Like, do people have Let's Plays of Beat Saber? I mean, I guess, yeah, people do have Let's Plays of Beat Saber. But are they talking, or they're just doing it, and you're just watching them? Because, see, I don't have, like, a green screen setup. So, like, my Let's Plays are basically just what you see. You know, it's just the game. So you're not going to see me dancing around doing crazy stuff. So I don't know how compelling a Let's Play would be of Audica. I've thought about it, though. I probably should do it. One thing I've thought about is recording myself playing Audica and not saying anything at all, and then watching that video and basically making comments on me watching that video, and then having that be the Let's Play. I don't know. Does that sound weird? I don't know what to do there. But yeah, why don't... Okay, children in socks speculation should be the lead story. Yeah, Main Fan got really wrapped up in that idea yesterday, too. I was talking about everybody that was in that Labo ad. Basically, everybody was wearing socks, and I started talking about that, and that became all the rage, at least for Main Fan it was. Okay, oh, Paradise did a video on Audica, and he was chatting at the same time. I got to imagine you weren't playing very damn well, because it's hard to talk and play at the same time. Magic of editing non-live vids is you can add the voiceover afterwards. You sure can, but it comes off quite fake. So you got to be like, you either got to be obvious one way or the other. I could talk part of the time while playing Audica. Well, why don't we go ahead and get into the Audica discussion since we're already there. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so Audica arrived yesterday, March 7th. We've got 61 reviews already, mostly positive. This is Harmonix, ladies and gentlemen. The price is $20. Job isn't here, but I believe his cousin is doing the yard right next door. So we got a little bit of Job action. Apologies for that. You guys aren't going to hear it, but it's going to distract me, so I just got to try to forget about it. But yeah, so Audica is out there. This is a primetime game. Now, you might have remembered I was kind of ranting and raving a little bit how I thought the trailer for Audica is badass, and I was like, man, this game looks super cool. I really like the look and feel of this game. I think this is going to be awesome. This might be my game for March. Yeah, I'm playing it in beginner mode as well, Paradise. I feel you on that. Okay, but I was saying this could be my game for March. Now, truth be told, Shadow Legend, that is my game for March. But Audica, I did get my hands on Audica. So yesterday I reported that Gary bought Audica for VR Roundtable out of his own private coffers. You know, out of the goodness of his heart, Gary bought Audica for the VR Roundtable crew, but no, actually, it came out of our basically, it came out of our Super Chat money. So that's why Super Chat is so important, because I didn't get a key for Audica. VR Roundtable didn't get a key for Audica, but with the help of Super Chat, which unfortunately I don't have, and it's probably the reason this show is not long for the tooth, but VR Roundtable, we do get Super Chats, and your Super Chats matter, ladies and gentlemen, because that is how I was able to experience Audica yesterday. So much love to the Super Chatters on the VR Roundtable podcast, which are every Sunday, usually around, well, not every Sunday, but most Sundays about 9 a.m. Pacific time. I believe we are having a show this Sunday. I believe the entire crew will be talking about Audica. We'll probably also, we're definitely going to be talking about Shadow Legend. And we might also be talking about like Intruders Hide and Seek. And we'll probably be getting into all of these, you know, stories about the Valve headset and all the other stories that have been going on throughout the week. So make sure to tune in to VR Roundtable this Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our standard scene here. And I'm going to grab the badass Audica trailer and throw that on the screen while I talk a little bit of Audica. Okay, and I'm going to have to probably turn this down a little bit because I don't want it to blast us out of the water here. Okay, so one of the things I will say about Audica, it is a Tron-y-ass Tron-like, okay? You know, we talk about an indie-ass indie game. Audica is a Tron-y-ass Tron-like. Yeah, I have created this idea of the Tron-like. And Audica is a Tron-like. You do feel like you're in Tron. You feel like you're basically Daft Punk inside Tron, having a little bit of fun while you're doing your thing in Tron. And I like the environment. Like, I like all the crystal palaces and stuff that's all around you when you first get in there. Reminds me a little bit of Transpose. It reminds me a little bit of Transpose. So, you know, you have that kind of background. Oh, God, here we go. Now somebody's calling me a racist. So anyway, you got this cool background that you're on. You've got a blue gun and you've got an orange gun. And so the way it starts out, and you can see blue is on the left and orange is on the right. So you got your blue gun in your left hand, your orange gun in your right hand. And then what happens is stuff shoots out that has a blue circle around it or an orange circle. You hit it. Some of them you hit them. Some of them you're holding on and you're squeezing it and you're like zapping the shit out of it. And some of them you like trail around and do different things. I've just been playing this on beginner mode because when I first start out, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like all this cool stuff where it's like I haven't even gotten to that stuff yet. That stuff isn't even in the beginner's mode. And so I'm just doing the bare basics, the bare minimum. And you guys can find me, folks. If you have Audica and you're playing Audica, find me on the leaderboards. I'm under the name VR Roundtable. I'm basically just playing in the VR Roundtable account. You're going to see some scores from Reckoner VR. You're going to see some scores from Scuba Steve 2365. And then you're also going to see, I don't know if Virtually Chris is in there, or if he'll be playing under VR Roundtable 2. But you'll probably see my scores. It'll say VR Roundtable. And I'm moving up the charts, folks. I am moving up the charts. I was playing yesterday, and I was playing this one track, and I got like 300,000 points in this one track. And then I looked at the leaderboard, and Scuba Steve was right below me. Like I had just barely passed Scuba Steve 2365. And I was like, holy smokes. There's Steve. He's right above me. What are the chances? What are the odds that I would be playing this game and Steve would be right there? Like he would show up right there. That was very unusual. I also saw Reckoner VR, I think, at one point. I saw Reckoner VR in the charts as well. I was up around 250, 280, 300 or whatever out of I don't know how many thousands of people are playing this, but I am playing in the beginner mode. So I've only been in the beginner mode so far. Now, the question of the day, did it make me cry? Okay, did Audica make me cry? Were there waterworks? Because the very first time I played Beat Saber, I got a tingly sensation down my arms. I was like, oh my God, I can feel this. It's so amazing, man. It's so amazing. And then little teardrops started to, little tears started to pour out of my eyeballs. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually shedding a tear for this incredible Beat Saber experience. That was way back in the days when I got Beat Saber. Did the same thing happen with Audica? Not quite, okay? So not a religious experience, and there were no waterworks, okay? So not a religious experience and no waterworks. However, I still like this game a lot, okay? I really do. And check this out. Yesterday, I played this game twice. The first time I played it was for a solid hour. Then I came back later in the night, and I played it like another 45 minutes. I played it another 45 minutes. So I put some time into this puppy, and you don't play something for an hour or 45 minutes if it just sucks. Like, the game does not suck, in my opinion. Is the game doing something incredibly different than Beat Saber and it like takes it to a whole new level? Not necessarily. But another thing we got to remember is this game is 20 bucks. You know, it's not incredibly expensive. It's a $20 game. I think it's pretty solid. Now, one of the warning signs is, here's one of the warning signs. I start up the game, you know, you get the game started, you get it up and running, right? And there's like this square that appears on the left side, and it's talking about, welcome to Audica. You know, we've just entered early access, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then at one point it says, Audica was made by a tiny little team in a small little closet within Harmonix. It's basically what they said, that this game was made by a tiny team of dedicated psychos that were basically making it in a little closet, and Harmonix didn't really care about it, but they made it anyway. That's kind of what it sounded like. And I'm like, really? Really? Because I was just pumping this game up for having a ridiculous amount of polish. Like, every menu was going to be dialed in. Every little sound effect was going to be perfect. And then you're telling me it's made by a tiny little team within Harmonix. So I'm like, ah, man, am I basically lying to everybody? Because now I find out it's made by a tiny little team. But the good news is the polish, everything is there. I think they have the core features of a very interesting music, rhythm, space pirate trainer combo type of a game, because that's what this is. And I'll tell you what, when you start playing this game, you gotta start dancing. You gotta start dancing as you play this game. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a lot of success, because you gotta start dancing. You gotta get your hands out here like this, okay? You start dancing. This is gonna be a great little gift for somebody. You start dancing, you get your hands out here like this, and then these orange things and blue things are gonna come out, and there's a circle, and the circle starts to close, and like you'll see, a circle forms, and then the circle gets smaller. Now, she's definitely playing it on a much harder difficulty, because my circles start out way the hell bigger, and they take longer to get smaller. She's playing it on like medium, pro, or expert, or something like that, and I'm playing it on beginner level. But you get your arms out here like this, bang, 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 okay, and then the orange comes up, and you're dancing, and it's kind of to the beat, and you're like, bang, 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 bang. Okay, then what happens is these like little asteroids, basically like these little asteroid balls come at you, and you can smack them. You smack them away. And if you smack them perfectly to the time of the beat, you get 2,000 points. And so that's kind of how the game works. Now, the music, at first, I thought the music was kind of lame. I was like, you know, one of the big problems that this game has is the music simply is not as good as the Beat Saber music. Not that I'm like a crazy fan of the Beat Saber music, but I found the Beat Saber music to be easier to enjoy without having to spend a lot of time with it. I was enjoying the music of Beat Saber faster than I was enjoying this music. However, and then also I thought there wasn't that many songs. But as I keep playing this game, it's getting better and better. And as I'm starting to learn the songs are getting better and better. And then also, I'm playing it on beginner, and I honestly think that I have to get up to the normal level. Like, I'm not doing all this crazy, like, you know, all this fancy stuff that this girl's doing here. I'm not doing all this fancy stuff. I'm doing some basic little beep, beep, boop, boop. You know, I'm doing some real basic stuff here. And I haven't seen the full brilliance of this game because I'm still on the beginner level. So I can't even fairly, like, talk about this game so much until I get a little bit further in it. But basically, my first impressions are good. I like it. Is it better than Beat Saber? No, it's not better than Beat Saber. Is it a great game to possibly grab if you've been very addicted to Beat Saber and you want something similar but not exactly the same? Yeah, it's absolutely perfect for that category. Could some people actually like this better than Beat Saber? I think some people could. So, another issue though, one other problem I have with this game is most of the game you're like this. Most of the game you're like this. And I really like doing this. Have you guys noticed this? I really like this. You know, so you're like sideways, you're like this, bum, bum, bada, bada, bum, you know. So most of the game you're like this. And one of the things you're going to find out, guys, is if you do this for about 4 minutes, your arms start to get tired. Your arms start to really get tired. So, but maybe it's building, you know, maybe I'm going to be even better, man. Maybe I'm going to be even better, man. In my tank tops, I'm going to look even better if I keep playing this game. Okay, so that is Audica, folks. That is Audica. It's not related to the Attica prison. Nope, it's not. Okay, so that's Audica. Pretty cool. I liked it. Not too shabby. Okay, now, what else can we get into, folks? What else can we get into? Well, I'll tell you what. One thing that we can talk about is actually, well, let's check out the daily deal. Okay, so let's bounce back over to our Webby browser. Let's bounce back over to our Webby browser. Yesterday, we did not have a daily deal, and I was disappointed in that. Something weird happened yesterday, but the daily deal is back. It is back in the mix. Let me go ahead and select it. And our daily deal, folks, not a game. It is not a game. It is called Gravity Sketch. Let me try that again. It is called Gravity Sketch Expressive 3D Design. And so this is our daily deal. It is going for 20 bucks. Normal price is 30 bucks. It is 33% off. And there is a little bit over 12 hours in this deal. Gravity Sketch is an intuitive 3D VR creation tool empowering you to unleash your creativity. Replicating the natural experience of creating with your hands, you can now fully express your ideas in real time. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, let's scroll down here. Let's see. When did this arrive? October 26, 2017. Developer is Gravity Sketch. Publisher is Gravity Sketch. Website is Gravity Sketch. It is all Gravity Sketch all the time. Now, I've heard of Gravity Sketch a couple of different times, but I didn't know what it was. I just kind of heard it in passing. And so what I decided to do after seeing this, I thought, you know, let me grab a trailer for this because I don't even really know what this is. So let's go ahead and check out a trailer for Gravity Sketch real quick. So let's bounce back over here to our standard scene. I'm going to pump up this badass chick getting down in her leather pants. I'm going to pump up the volume on this and we're going to check out some Gravity Sketch, guys. Yeah, I will be Arnold Schwarzenegger in just a few months. Okay, let's pump this up. Okay, so that was just a quick little trailer of Gravity Sketch right there. And you could tell that this is a little bit similar to Quill and, man, what's the other one that we always talk about? Oh, I'm having a brain fart. What is the other one? Tilt Brush. Yeah, Tilt Brush. Okay, so it looks a little similar to Quill and Tilt Brush in certain ways. I'm sure there's some major differences here. And you can see some of the interesting little designs that you can make out of this. It does look kind of cool. I've never really gotten that into these artistic things. I've screwed around with Tilt Brush a number of times. And I enjoy Quill, not so much for me to like do something with Quill, but I enjoy Quill to see other things that people have done with Quill, like Dear Angelica, and then also that super cool thing where it's like that blue little world that you can load up within Quill, and you can kind of walk around, and it's got that cool music, and it looks like an old Sega CD game or something like that. But this is Gravity Sketch. It does look pretty sweet. So that is on sale for 20 bones. I thought we could mention that real quick. Okay, let's go back to our Webby browser. Another thing that is in the news is, well, this game right here, Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher. Okay, so this game is coming out on March 20th, so we got a little while to wait for this game. It's coming a little bit later. This, of course, was previously known as Kill X, and the reason this is in the news is a brand new gameplay video for this has recently hit. It's about a 4 to 5 minute video that kind of gives you an idea of the gameplay that is going on in Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher. And what I did was, rather than running an entire 4 or 5 minute video, I just decided to grab about a little over 1 minute, a little over a 1 minute clip of this Jade Cipher gameplay. And I thought we could check that out and see what it kind of looks like. Now, it's going to have like Japanese voices and stuff, or Chinese voices, or Korean. I'm not sure which one it is. Viva Games is a developer, I believe, here. But it's going to have voices on there. So it doesn't have English translation at this time. But just go ahead and ignore that. But let's go ahead and check out this little gameplay clip to see if Immortal Legend, the Jade Cipher, see if this is going to be a big deal when it hits on March 20th. I'm going to turn the volume up here on Gravity Sketch. Pump that bass. Let's pump it. Okay, let's check out Immortal Legacy. Quick sample.
我找到了可以用的交通工具，还遇到了个女孩。我们现在要去。喂，卡纳。想办法出去。
Okay, so that is just a quick little sample of what Jade, or Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher. Quick little sample of what it looks like here. And looking at the gameplay, it does look like you're going to use 2 PlayStation Move controllers. It does appear like you have individual hand presence, so that is good news. There does appear to be some jump scares a little bit in terms of that zombie kind of falling out right in front of you, or the dead guy, or whatever it is. It looks like you get some different items. You got inventory that you can kind of manage here as well. You got some submachine guns. You got your flashlight. You got the nice environment with burning things. And then right here, it looks like you fell down a hole, and this has activated an action sequence not too unlike, say, Eden Tomorrow, where you're going through Eden Tomorrow and you get some of these automatic sequences that just get kicked off, and you just, you're sliding down. Now you end up in a puddle here, and you appear to be attacked by some kind of fish that you kill with your knife. I don't know. So Bojan Babic says this game looks very bad. Okay, you must not play a lot of PlayStation VR games, because this actually looks like pretty decent fare on PlayStation VR. I don't know if you're saying it's bad because of like the graphics and whatnot, but it looks very PlayStation VR in terms of the graphics. I think it could be interesting, the hand presence and whatnot. The real question is going to be, do they, excuse me, do they have like good English voiceovers? when you pick up that paper there, is all of that how have they done the translation here? Hopefully the English translation is pretty good. The voiceovers, the quality of the voiceovers are pretty good. You got to kind of hope for that. I'm guessing this game's probably going to be like another $19.99 game when it hits PlayStation VR. And this is coming on March 20th. I'm not saying, like, this is definitely not one of our most wanted PlayStation VR games, not by a stretch. But it looks relatively solid. And this little automatic sequence that you're going on here, one of the nice things about this is it seems pretty automatic. There doesn't seem to be a long hitch where Eden Tomorrow, it obviously is going into like a different gameplay engine when you go into these sequences, and there's a little bit of a delay, a little bit of an awkward delay that kind of sucks. And this didn't have that awkward delay. So I thought that was kind of cool. But there is, there's like 4 to 5 minutes of footage in this video that you can see if you watch the full video there. Just do a search on YouTube for Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher. You'll find it. And that is coming on March 20th. So, yeah, did want to mention that one there. Okay, so let's bounce back over here to our Webby browser. And in other news, Vertigo Home. Talking about PlayStation VR games that might be kind of craptacular. Here is Vertigo Home. Developer is Trucker VR. It released today. Remember, this game was delayed a week. It was going to come out on March 1st. The price was going to be $19.99, and PSVR Underground was like, brah, you really should drop the price a little bit. So they decided to drop it to $12.99. They delayed it 1 week, and here it is. So Vertigo Home is in the building. Okay, what else can we get into? Well, one other thing I can mention really quick here is, let's see, that's the Immortal Legacy. No, that's not what I wanted to mention here. Well, one thing I wanted to mention, let's go over to Road to VR here. Is it Road to VR? Yeah, okay, Road to VR. So right here, Megalith. So I wanted to mention this. This actually happened, well, this was yesterday, this story on Road to VR. But Megalith, the free demo, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Megalith had a number of open betas before the game actually launched on PlayStation VR. Then the game launched and the open betas were no more, okay? And then so there's a pretty good community of people that are playing Megalith right now. But the developer of the game was like, you know what? To do a couple of things, what we're going to do is we're going to have a demo available for the game again. We're going to kind of open it up again. And what they're doing is there is basically a demo that you can play for Megalith. And what it does is it allows you to play 2 of the 5 possible Titans that are available in the game. You've got Aurora, Cipher, Hunter, Tar, and Tundra. There's basically 5 different Titans. And then the way it works is just like how it worked during the open beta. 2 of the Titans will be free and available each week. And it will kind of cycle through them. So you can keep coming back and you can keep playing this game for free in the free demo, and you can just use 2 Titans. Now you might wonder, why would Disruptive Games do this? Why would they allow people to basically play this game for free? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, they believe that if you're going to get into this game and you're going to play it quite a bit, you're going to see the brilliance of it, and you're going to want to be able to use all the Titans. You're going to want to be able to use all the special features and everything, and you're going to go ahead and buy the game. The other reason they're doing it is because by allowing people to come in for free, the players that have paid the money, that do have all the Titans, they want to have a fresh selection of people to play with. And by having a free demo, you open it up and you get a lot more people in there screwing around with it as well. So it's kind of a double bonus. So yeah, if you go to the game store page, let's see here. If we go to the PlayStation VR store page, it is $30. You know, it is kind of pricey for Megalith, 30 bones. But you can see right here, try free demo. So you can try the free demo. You can get in there and try this out. I tried this game. I enjoyed it I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not really a multiplayer guy, but it is 2-on-2, and I kind of enjoy a 2-on-2 game more than like when there's like tons of people all over the place and it gets kind of chaotic. with just 2 people. It's just you and another guy going up against 2 other people, and I think it works out pretty well. So I just wanted to remind people that if you have a PlayStation VR and somehow, some way, you never got a chance with Megalith, you do have an opportunity to do that. Okay, what else is in the news? Well, oh man, Kevgret says the game is dead online. That's why. Oh yeah, and Kevgret, let's go to the PlayStation VR subreddit because Kevgret is a star. Let's go ahead and refresh this right here. Yeah, here it is. Our boy Kevgret. Red Matter is on sale in the USA. It is $20. It is a flash sale. I don't know if I consider this a full-on story because it's a 20% discount. Like, I love Red Matter as much as the next guy, and for $20, it's a great game. I think this is I honestly believe, like, I personally think this is probably one of the 30 best PlayStation VR games. Like, you could take every PlayStation VR game that is currently available, and I think this is one of the 30 best. And there are 30 great PlayStation VR games. That's saying a lot. That Red Matter is absolutely one of the 30 best PlayStation VR games. That is pretty impressive, to be sure. Graphics are absolutely fantastic, especially considering that the PlayStation VR is not a graphical powerhouse necessarily compared to like PC and stuff. But Vertical Robot, I mean, they absolutely killed it. Incredible job, and it is $20, 20% off, you know, not a huge, and look at the ratings, 5 stars, baby. You think I'm lying? You think I'm bullshitting? 5 stars, bro. There's only 29 ratings, but at least the 29 people that have made their voices heard, they're like, this game is legit, straight legit, $20. That is Red Matter, and Kevgret is a superstar on the PSVR subreddit. So yeah, we did want to mention that as well really quick. Also, Kevgret is reporting that the 3D rudder is going to support Red Matter at launch. It's interesting that so many people are into this 3D rudder. So there's a lot of people that free locomotion, teleporting, you know, the free locomotion doesn't work for them. They don't really want teleporting either. And there's a lot of people that are really into this 3D rudder thing. So I get, you know, and then you got like the cyber shoes and all of that. So I guess this 3D, like I see people talking about the 3D rudder. Oh, you also want to see something really weird and scary? Look at this. This guy had a custom decal made where he put his face on a sticker that you can put on the PlayStation VR subreddit. So you got a sticker that goes right here, you got a sticker that goes there, and a little sticker that goes there where it shows his nostrils. How scary is that? Would you guys like to do that with every one of your VR headsets and freak everybody out in your house when they walk by and see you playing? That is a weird looking thing. I don't know, it's kind of scary. Not sure if I like that. I definitely would not be doing that. I will not be doing that. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our next story. Yeah, Kevgret is reporting that the initial batch of 3D rudder is sold out online. So there does seem to be a pin-up demand for that type of experience. All right, what else is going on in the news? Like I said, it's a relatively slow news day today. We don't have a ton of stories. But one thing that we can get into here is Tribeca. Tribeca, yeah. So the Tribeca Film Festival is coming up, and it has unveiled the catalog of immersive AR and VR programming that is coming to it. And so we can kind of check this out and see what's popping off. So Doctor Who, The Runaway, is going to be one of the world premieres at Tribeca Film Festival. So we're looking forward to that. And then they're going to have a showcase of roughly 30 virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality experiences. This is running from April 24th through May 5th. The virtual arcade has a lineup of 22 VR, AR, and MR experiences, while Tribeca Cinema 360 features 12 curated screenings in a VR theater. The festival premiered the first Doctor Who experience in Doctor Who The Runaway, voiced by the current and first female Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. What else is going to be there? Well, I just mentioned, like, I don't know if this was yesterday or the day before, I mentioned Baobab Studios. You know, they have, it's starring comedian Ali Wong. They have a new thing that is called Bonfire. That apparently is going to be there as well. and I think Wolves in the Walls might be there. And a bunch of other stuff. So, you know, Virtual Arcade, Second Civil War, Seven Lives, Ayahuasca, Bonfire, Cave, Children Do Not Play War, Common Ground, Doctor Who The Runaway, A Drop in the Ocean, Elo, Gymnasia, Into the Light. You know, so there's a lot of stuff. Where there's smoke, there is Elon Musk. That's what we know about that. Wolves in the Walls. It's all over. It's about effing time, right? It's about effing time. Whatever happened to this freaking Wolves in the Walls? Remember, this is like, what are they called now? They're not called, I think they're called Fable. I think it's called Fable, right? It used to be Oculus Studios, but now it's Fable. And Wolves in the Walls is Fable. They've got that other thing that they're working on, but we never got the final of Wolves in the Walls. Okay, then they have these Storyscapes, Another Dream, The Collider, Future Dreaming, The Key, Trader. They've got 360 Cinema, Change is Gonna Come, Ash 68. I think, yeah, that's a story about Arthur Ashe. It's like a 360 video. So, you know, a lot of different stuff, a lot of interesting stuff. That is at the Tribeca Film Festival. You know, speaking of Tribeca, like if we go back over to our standard scene here, that first game trailer that I had on the screen, like if I go back to this game trailer, that the first trailer that I started with, this Star Child teaser, I think this teaser is actually from the Tribeca Film Festival. That's where they actually had this teaser for it. So every once in a while at Tribeca, you're going to get some different interesting stuff as well. And we got a little teaser for Star Child. I guess that was Tribeca 2018. And so this is Tribeca 2019. So a lot of different VR experiences are going to be there. That's going to be kind of cool. Okay, one thing we can do now, I'm basically out of all my stories, so I ran out of everything at this point. But what we could do is we could hit up YouTube and we could hit up the mailbag real quick. I've done a number of Shadow Legend Let's Plays very recently, so let's see what people are talking about. I broke it into 2 different videos just because I thought it was a little too long. Look at this beautiful thumbnail. Look at that handsome individual. Yeah, buddy. All right, so let's click on this one. This was my most recent Let's Play for Shadow Legend VR. Whoops, let me go ahead and mute this. I can just leave it going in the background. It doesn't matter. So let's see what some people are talking about. We've got 6 comments. King Hell says, I was going to buy Pixel Ripped on sale, but you convinced me to buy this instead. Nice Let's Play, Ant. Yeah, well, you know what? There is some talk out there that this game is only 4 hours long. I've already played well over 4 hours. So either A, I suck, or B, it's not really only 4 hours long. Or maybe it just depends on whether or not... Okay, see this little area right here? When I first got to that area, oh my God. I was looking around at everything and I was like, oh my God, these are some of the best graphics I've ever seen. Look at this magical kingdom. Like, look at this overcast sky and look at these beautiful snowflakes that are floating down, and look at this incredible castle and just the lighting and everything, and it's very gold and it's very silver. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Singularity 5, right? But the graphics drop dead gorgeous. These are some of the best graphics I've ever seen in VR, bar none. I talk about that, I think, during this little Let's Play here. Now, what I didn't realize during this Let's Play, I was trying to shoot these eyeballs, and I kept trying to shoot them over and over and over again with my regular bow and arrow, and I didn't realize that you had to shoot them with a special weapon. I found that out later. And so, yeah, somebody can make the argument and say, well, Anthony, the reason it's taking you 4 hours is because you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're doing everything wrong. You're going backwards. You're wasting 20 minutes on this. You're wasting 20 minutes on that. No wonder you've been in this game for 4 or 5 hours already. Gaming in Still Life says, I started in a different place. Paradise Decay says, I didn't know you can command the dog. Chris says, I played this game today and finished it in one sitting. Really, really great game, but short, and the last boss sucked. We don't want to hear that. So I guess it is short. Like this guy, Chris, in our chat. This guy shows up in our chat. I don't know if he's in here now, but he played the game in one sitting. I'm amazed at you people that can get into the game and you just stand in there for 4 hours. Like, you really got to play this for, you got to spend at least 4 hours, even if you're A to B in it. You know, you're like, even if you're just like A to B, like, let me go to the next thing. Let's do this. Let's follow this. Let's beat the boss. Let's go to this guy. Let's talk to this guy. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to smell any flowers. I'm not going to look around for any goodies. I'm just going to go straight from point A to point B. Let's just go here. Let's just do this. I guess there's people that play games like that. That is a terrible way. Well, I mean, I can't judge. I guess somebody might say the way I play games is terrible. I spend a million years just looking at every little nook and cranny, picking up every little gold coin, and some people probably think I'm a total idiot. But man, I feel bad for you guys that are running through an incredibly awesome experience like Shadow Legend in like 3 or 4 hours. Like, I'm savoring every little minute of this thing. But yeah, and part of the reason is I don't know what I'm doing, and I do take a lot longer. Okay, so this guy, Mikel Dufresnes, and I might be absolutely butchering his name here. Lots of interactions, really nice to see. I think their next game will be really good. This one seems to lack balancing from arrows and sword fights, from that gameplay video at least, and is pretty short from what I've heard. Will still grab it when my setup is ready. Yeah, the combat is not the greatest. Like, I got this new sword. Like, when you get to this level, I got this new sword, and I just chopped that fool straight up in half, and then an Easter basket of goodies just unraveled right in front of me. Gold bars, jewels, gems, bags of money, all kinds of stuff just pop right out. It's basically like a piñata, pretty much. And then, yeah, the arrow play... The arrow play works pretty good. Like, the bow and arrow works pretty good. It's not freaking in depth, but it works pretty solid. Combat is a bit sketchtacular. Okay, Dad's Kitchen says, I don't know. It looks like a load of assets just dropped into place. The noise of the eyeballs was ridiculous when they got shot, which drove my dog crazy. You must be pumping up the volume, Dad's Kitchen. I'm not seeing anything new here on this one. After you were attacked 3 times by the same gargoyle, that was it for me. A definite do not buy. It's amazing the way people judge shit like this so fast. Dad's Kitchen, brah. Have you watched all my little Let's Plays? There's like beautiful... You can feed a carrot to a horse, dude. You can cook a T-bone steak on a skillet. See, that's what I'm telling you guys, where you can have a great game like this, but somebody is going to find faults with it. And I will tell you, it is not the most incredible game of all time. It doesn't do everything you could possibly want it to do. It will not solve everybody's dreams and aspirations. It will not live up to your deepest fantasies or whatever. But what they did, what Vitruvius VR did, they nailed everything that they were trying to do. I really feel like they nailed it. Like, they have a lot of little systems are going on in this game. And if there's one little thing I can argue about this game, it being only 4 hours or whatever in terms of the length, the one thing I would argue about it is Vitruvius VR, why didn't they make like a new game plus? Like, give us all of these areas, but add a lot more enemies, or add a couple of different never before seen enemies, and we can basically just go through the same area. Maybe change the colors of the horses and your dog, or maybe put a German Shepherd in there. Just make some minor little differences, make a new game plus, so we can continue to explore this world and go through it again and again and spend more than just 4 hours in it. That might be one thing that I could say to it. But I don't know. I'm going to stick by my feeling is this is the best game I've played that is released in 2019. And I really like Tabletop Gods. I like Audica. I like A Fisherman's Tale. I like some of the games that have already been released here in 2019. But this is my favorite game of 2019 so far. Okay, let me go ahead and check and see what people are saying in chat. Main Fan is... Okay, Main Fan's played 15 hours in VR in one day. You are a crazy mofo. Okay, Main Fan says, I stabbed the eagle, then felt bad. I've done sessions like that by several different games all day long. And Main Fan says, is there any point to the carrot feeding? Yeah, nourishment for the damn horse. You want these horses to have some nourishment, don't you? I fed the steak to the dog. Sure you did. We cooked it up, T-bone steak. I fed the horse too, and nothing happened. Oh, I ate the steak and dog biscuits. So main fan, you have played this game, huh? And I accidentally ate some of the steak one time. I did it. I didn't mean to eat the steak, but I accidentally ate the steak. Oh, I am destroying his name. Okay. Mikhail Dufresne or whatever, something like that. I am destroying his name. Yeah, I'm going to destroy names. That will happen. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Shadow Legend. I still really like the game. Let's see if there were any other comments. We can go back here. And we can go to yesterday's show where we're talking about Nintendo Labo and all of that. Let's see what comments we had on yesterday's show. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. And let's see. So main fan, you know, he really gets into this whole sock thing. I'm not going to get into the sock thing. It's just not worth it. Scion VR says, Virtual Boy, Switch Labo VR. It's official. Nintendo sucks when it comes to VR. Paul Bellino says, Nintendo looks like a quick cash grab. I think this does nothing for VR. And then CA1B0S says, it took 40 seconds in case anyone is wondering. No, I made the start at 1 minute and 47 seconds because that's right before I said, good morning, Vietnam. And so that's the perfect time to start that show. But yeah, that I probably should edit off the first like 1 minute of this episode because that's a bad look. You click on somebody's YouTube episode, you see a guy doing this, and you know, it's not very compelling. It's definitely not very good. Damn, look at Jean-Claude Van Damme. That fool is aged overnight. That fool has really gotten up there in years. Okay, let's see. What the hell is wrong with this kid wearing socks with no shoes? Definitely a future serial killer. Yeah, we get into the sock thing. Okay, Jan Red says, actually, a free cardboard from Samsung was my entry. Then I bought a Rift, a Vive, a PSVR, some Odyssey Pluses, drove somewhere to try a Pimax. So there's your perfect example here. This is what we call, what is it? It's a gateway drug. So Nintendo Labo VR is a gateway drug. Okay, here's our boy Stuart Gregerson. He's checking in and he's saying, look, Shadow Legend is game of the year and better than Skyrim. Fight me. Fight me. Okay, you're going off the rails there saying better than Skyrim. It's game of the year 2019 right now, but we're pretty early in March. And he says, meanwhile, Audica effed up real bad. Made a bleep game that everyone complains about and bungled the launch. I disagree. I like Audica. Audica is not a Beat Saber killer. It's not going to make people completely forget about Beat Saber, but I still feel like Audica's solid. VR Spry Guy says, Nintendo Switch meets Google Cardboard. The Valve HMD that was and never was. It seems to be a bad day for VR. Yeah, what was the reply here? This is Andy Sky checking in. He says, Nintendo's really going to give very reputation for VR tech. So I think he's saying Nintendo's going to give a bad reputation for VR tech. Google Cardboard already did it, and now Nintendo's turn? Yeah, I don't know. It's not a terrible day for VR, guys. You know why? Borderlands 2 has aim support. Hip, hip, hooray. I got to get into that today. I got to remember to play some Borderlands 2 VR. And then Orlor says, Valve hasn't had a leak in years. Are they Moklins? Mr. Metaholic says, who uses shoes in-house? That's frickin' sick. The flat must be really dirty if you need shoes spreading dirt inside. Well, for me, okay, let me just talk about the damn socks thing. I might as well get into it. Okay, so I have a cat and I have a dog. And it's amazing how much hair comes off of my cat and my dog. They are just big, giant hairballs, and all day long, little bits of their hair comes off of them, and it gets all over the place. I try to vacuum this room 1,000,000 times, and it comes back, and it's just always there. And so for me, what happens if I take my shoes off and I'm just walking around in socks, it's great. It's wonderful. For about 45 minutes, it's awesome. But then after about 45 minutes, I start to get this crunchy feeling, like kind of a feeling in my socks. And Main Fan is like, what are you talking about? That's on the outside of your sock. Your foot is touching the inside of your sock. So why should you care what's on the... But I don't know, for some reason I get this kind of crunchy sensation. I don't like it. And so I wear slippers most of the time. Like, I'm actually wearing slippers a lot of the time, which I know that's kind of like Grandpa Joe. I'm basically a grandpa already. So you can call me Grandpa VR, I guess is what you can say. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people are talking about the sock things. Ignore the sock thing. Read what I say about Valve HMD. Okay, that's main fan. Let's see what he says about Valve HMD. Okay. Also, a comment about the Valve HMD. Even if it doesn't happen, I don't care. I have plenty of HMDs. It barely interests me. Other ones will come out. I have no emotional stake in that HMD. And panda effing. Panda effing? I don't know what that is. Sorry if you don't know that reference. No, I don't. I do not know that reference. Panda Express, you don't like it very much? I kind of like the orange chicken. I really like the Kung Pao chicken as well. And they've just added some super greens to the menu. Okay, but main fan, dude, main fan, the world revolves around main fan. They don't call this planet Earth. It is planet main fan. And if main fan doesn't care, none of us should care. The Valve HMD barely interests main fan. He has no emotional stake in it, and he panda F's the shit out of it. So who cares about... Oh, okay, that's George Carlin. George Carlin is good, too. I've seen some of George Carlin's specials. Yeah, George Carlin is classic. But I don't remember the panda effing part of it. But I'm sure it's hilarious. But yeah, so that is main fan checking in. VR Spry Guy says I need to get a new cat. No, my cat is fluffy. She's beautiful. She's very cute. But yeah, she has too much damn hair. She really does. Hair everywhere. Okay, so I got to bounce out of here, folks, and see what we did. See what we did. We have gone basically a full hour. Can you believe that? We've pretty much gone a full hour. Even though I really had almost nothing to talk about, we still made it an hour somehow, some way. That's why I really don't even need to talk about a short show, because it never happens. Let's bounce back over here to our standard scene. Frozen peas in the rice. Oh, okay, he's talking. I don't get the rice. I like the chow mein. I'm not a fan of their rice. I always get the chow mein. Let me get my little outro logo on the screen here, and we can say goodbye to everybody. All right, well, that is going to go ahead and do it for our Friday episode of VR 365. We've covered a lot of stuff today. We talked a little bit about Audica. We talked about some Shadow Legend. You guys saw a clip of Immortal Legacy. We found out that Gravity Sketch is on sale. Also, Red Matter is on sale. We found out that Vertigo Home is available right now. We've also found out that if you never tried Megalith, you can still get in there and check it out if you're a PSVR gamer. And we also know that Tribeca, the Tribeca Festival is coming up, and they got a lot of VR stuff. And Gaben loves those emails. God damn it, does Gaben love emails. He just sits there, he drinks a cup of coffee, and he just answers emails all day long. Okay, that's going to do it for VR 365. I will be back tomorrow at around 12 noon Pacific time. I will see everybody then. Have a wonderful Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Play some Shadow Legends, play some Audica. I got to get back into Audica and play some medium difficulty. I have not even seen what that game truly offers, only playing it on easy. So I'm going to get back into some Audica. I got to finish up Shadow Legends. It's only 3 hours. I should be done. You know, I should absolutely be done with Shadow Legend. I'm going to get back into that. Got a lot of stuff I got to do, actually. Alrighty, folks. Got to bounce out. See you tomorrow. Have a great one. Take it easy. Later.